So as you can see here right in front of you, Kaguya-sama's manga is apparently coming to an end in 14 chapters. Now, I am not a manga reader, but as someone that has recently watched the latest episode, that was an hour long for Kaguya-sama, I could definitely see why the series is coming to an end, especially with what happened with the latest episode. If you know, you know. If you watched it, you know why. Like, that was, wow. Like, I gotta say, Kaguya-sama is easily one of the best rom-com series I think I have ever got to experience in an anime format. I don't know if it is the best, because I would really have to just sit down and think about everything I've watched and read, etc., but at least in current, recent memory, Kaguya-sama is an excellent series, and the latest episode was something that I think blew all of our minds, if, you know, you're an anime only and didn't see it coming. And seeing that apparently the manga is going to be coming to an end in 14 chapters, like I said, I could see it. I can understand why the series is basically coming to an end, because anything after what's happened in the latest episode is pretty much like an epilogue at this point. So yeah, it's sad to see that, you know, Kaguya-sama is going to be wrapping up soon, but I guess, you know, it's better to end it on a high note than extend it beyond the point that it needs to be and ruin the series. Because when it comes to romance manga and, like, just romance series in general for anime and manga, oftentimes there's two ways it usually goes. There's a third option, which, you know, I think Kaguya-sama is going down, but most of the time there's two ways it goes. You have it to where the series ends too quickly, and you feel like it should have lasted a lot longer, maybe another 20 to 30 chapters, because there was just a lot of potential, a lot of growth for the characters. Or there's another time to where a series that could be ended in around 60 chapters, you know, is extended to around chapter 270 something. It's like, why? Because of some little plot point or a secret hiding something and all that, and it just, you know, it's extending the life of the manga or anime that doesn't actually need to be there. And so that's usually the directions those type of stories go, like, you know, Kaguya-sama. But obviously, it's not going down that direction. It's definitely continuously one-upping itself, being very consistent. It's not really kind of spiraling down into a hole or a pit, and it's definitely become a very fan-favorite series in recent memory for a lot of people, especially myself. So I think, though, that the series, it's going to be sad it's going to be ending in 14 chapters. I think it's a good thing. I legitimately do. And that's my 2 cents on this news. Now, obviously, this news with Kaguya-sama ending in 14 chapters, this is a leak. This isn't technically an official announcement. It's a leak, but, you know, manga Mugara that I normally, you know, follow, like, you know, I talk about and all that, very trustworthy source. Usually, they are always accurate with the stuff they say, so I'm not really, like, concerned that this is fake news or anything like that, but, I do think that it's very sad it's going to end, but like I said, probably going to be on a good note. But let's talk about a few other things. So, the latest episode that aired, you know, this past Friday, I think we can all agree, 10 out of 10 episode, straight up. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. I'm going to make a separate video for that because it's worthy of a separate video. Kaguya-sama definitely needs one, but I will say that I heard that it's actually doing really well in ratings on my anime list. So let's take a look at this. I know people are gonna say you shouldn't worry about, you know, ratings and stuff on my anime list, but I heard it passed Full Metal. Wow. Wow, that is wild. That is absolutely freaking wild. Okay, so I guess we can definitely say that Kaguya-sama has passed Fullmetal Alchemist. It is #1 on my anime list. The question is for how long. You know, we know how the downvotes go with, you know, this community, at least on my anime list. I'm not saying all of Fullmetal Alchemist fans, but at least on my anime list we see it. But, wow. I mean, it makes sense. It legitimately does make sense. Like, anyone that wants to disagree with Kaguya-sama being really good and, like, in the top 10 anime clearly hasn't seen a lot of romance, because it's like, Kaguya really does do a really good job with its themes and what it's done. It's remained consistent, etc. I think it definitely is worthy of being very high up. I don't know if it's maybe the #1 anime of all time, but it definitely is one of the best, I will say. So, wow, look at that. That just says enough. That really says a lot. I mean, we got 500,000 people that's voted on this. It just, Okay, like, where's Spy Family, actually? I'm curious. Is it even in the top 10 anymore? Because I know it was at 2. No, it's not even in the top 10. Look at this. Oh, it's number 16 now. Look at that. Look at them downvotes it got. Anyways, though, let's talk a little bit more about Kaguya. So, yeah, it's coming to an end, apparently, with volume 28, like 28 volumes in total for Kaguya. So, I mean, that's a good amount. That's a good amount of chapters, honestly, for the series. And, yeah, but, just wanted to bring you all that news, let you all know if you were unaware of that. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to be talking about Ruri Dragon again. So if you guys have yet to actually start that series, I do recommend you guys to, start it. I've been talking about it for the past 2 weeks. I think it's a really good manga as well. Like, here to kind of shout out, what the series is. Because I know some people don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going to make a video on this probably tomorrow. Ruri Dragon, like I said, 3rd chapter came out today. Highly recommend it, because obviously there's a lot of series on hiatus right now, like One Piece, Black Clover, etc. So if you're wanting to look for something to read on a weekly basis, seriously, check this out. Really good. I love Chapter 3 that came out. But, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for, watching. If I brought you any form of information or entertainment, etc., etc., let me know in the comments below and leave me a like, etc. That does help me out a lot. But with that, guys, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.